Hello everyone and welcome to this first ever live stream broadcast from the Emerson booth here at the Hannover Messe 2024. My name is Karen, I'm your host for the next hour for this live stream broadcast show. And whether you're tuning in with us via YouTube or LinkedIn or even one of the Emerson websites, we are absolutely delighted to have you with us for this exciting occasion. As a global leader in automation, Emerson leverages its industry-leading expertise to assist its customers in transforming their business with cutting-edge automation technology. And each year, of course, the Hannover Messe, you can see here all around me, provides a unique opportunity to tap into that expertise and to see how it's actually firsthand driving advances in the field. Well, as you can see, our booth here today has lots and lots of space, lots and lots of people, and a variety of solutions on show, which we are going to explore over the next hour for customers looking to optimize their operations, enhance their energy efficiency, and just generally transform their operations. During this next session, I'll be talking to their experts about their trademark floor-to-cloud approach. We'll also look at the benefits of their compressed air manager, which is showcased here today at the scene. And of course, we'll look at a lot of concrete examples of how they're helping their customers transform their business and generally keep in sync with fast-paced developments of industry today. So fasten your seatbelts. We've got an audience here today. Fasten your seatbelts, and we are off. And welcome back to our coverage from the Hannover Messe here at the Emerson booth, and it is terrific to see so many people gathered around. So come one, come all. We've got lots of really great energy here at the booth. And joining me here on set is Sergio Caligara. He is currently Emerson's Vice President for Sales Europe. And welcome, Sergio. It's absolutely terrific to see you again. We had the pleasure yesterday.
Thank you, Karin. Nice to meet you again.
So here we are with everybody standing around. There's been great traffic at the stand today. We want to start by talking about the future of automation, really, and maybe you can just set the scene for us a little bit at this outset and describe the most critical challenges that most manufacturers are dealing with today.
Sure, Karin. Supply chain instability first, energy cost increase, shortages of qualified labor force, and I would say make our business more sustainable. So supply chain is still not back where it used to be before the COVID.
Before the COVID pandemic.
Now what we see today is different root causes, maybe more related to geopolitical reasons, but still up and down of demands and disruptions in the chain that is challenging our business as well as the business of our customers. Energy costs, so here we are in Europe.
Yeah.
We have been experiencing the surge of energy cost since a long while now. We have to take the right decision now to keep this under control.
Huge challenge, energy.
Yeah, sure, and the shortage of qualified labor force, that is a big challenge if you are at the shop floor level, if you are at the maintenance level in the shop floor, to keep up and running your production line. Ultimately, to make our business more sustainable. We have all the challenge to respect the goals set by European regulations or global level in terms of sustainability 2040 and 2050.
So when we look at what's on offer here with your discrete automation packages, floor to cloud approach, what are some of the ways that a company like Emerson can actually help your customers address all of these many, many different challenges?
Sure. Automation comes first, digitalization, connected devices. We are presenting here the new valve generation, is called Aventix XV. It's going to be the must for this industry moving forward. Plug and play devices. All of these connected together are giving the right insights, getting data from multiple touch points on the production lines to be able to get decisions driven by data. Do you want to guess how to get the best possible decision for your production? No. We really need to have an analytics, data analytics-based decision process in our industry.
Now, it's interesting, as you and I know, the floor to cloud approach was a major focus at the Hannover Messe last year in 2023, so a way to help companies along on their journey to a more digital automation future, and it's not entirely new, but a lot of companies are probably wondering if they want to begin applying it, where should they start?
So the mantra is always the same. Start small, scale it up.
Scale up.
I give you an example. Compressed air monitoring system. We were talking just before about the importance to keep the energy cost under control. Do you know, Karin, that 1/3 of the energy that we are wasting or that we are using in a production line is just coming from waste of compressed air. So the ability to control these is having a huge impact. So for doing that, actually, our devices, our solutions are requiring a very easy installation. A low level of investments. You can do it on one machine and then you can scale it up with multiple machines on the same site of production.
So obviously start small, scale up, but many smaller companies might be worried about what kind of CapEx this might entail. Does it take a major investment to actually, in new technology, for instance, to actually benefit from this floor to cloud approach?
No, it's not a major investment. It's less than what we can think about. Actually, there are small CapEx investment with a huge or very big return of investment.
Okay.
As we said, start small, scale it up. This system itself, as an example, is giving you the ability to be very, very easily installed on existing machines, or as an example, or if you are in a machine producer, you can embed these in the overall solution and increase the added value of the machine you are selling. Then you can start increasing the number of sensors connected with that and getting multiple media, data, in one control system. Obviously displayed with a software system in a very easy, manageable way.
So let's get just a tiny bit more concrete for all of the people who are listening today to this live stream broadcast. Maybe you can describe or tell us about a specific area where this start small and scale up approach actually works particularly well.
So, well, again, we are talking about the production shop floor. We are talking about the automatic production lines for whatever type of product we are talking about. And if you install this type of equipment, the example of before, but we have other type of example, right at the beginning of the machine where the air has been filtered, has been prepared, and the flow is controlled, then is the moment where you start. And again, it's requiring a very easy type of installation that is applicable everywhere.
And so how successful has this approach been so far? Perhaps you can give us some concrete examples of where it has already really worked well for some customers.
I love this question. So, let me mention one name.
Yeah.
We had a great Colgate, is a very well-known company on global scale.
Absolutely.
They approached us as Emerson to understand exactly the specific. We have a lot of leakages in our line. We have just to rely on our labor force to detect where they are, how much is they are. We have no clue if during the weekend where the production is not on, actually we are using a 6-bar pressure that is absolutely useless. Can you help us? And we utilized exactly the compressed air monitoring system to start with. So the results have been impressive on the first side where they implemented that, to the point that now on global scale, Colgate has implemented this type of solution. Other example, in the automotive industries, same type of result. And ultimately, in our house. So we have equipped all our production sites with this type of technologies. The compressed air is one, but we can talk about controlling production output with the OE controls and etc. Everything is installed in our Emerson facilities as well.
So perhaps just run us through again what kind of critical manufacturing challenges can then best benefit from this approach? Is it really applicable all across the board?
Save energy.
Yeah.
1/3 of the energy used is just wasted in leakages.
Yeah.
Control that, you have 1/3 of your energy under control. And as you know, to produce energy from a compressor, it means generating CO2 at the end. Another goal. Keep control on the carbon footprint in your production facility. Then you have predictive maintenance.
Yes.
Then you have increased uptime. And then you have, ultimately, increase the productivity, the output of your production line.
So floor to cloud approach is technically and literally just providing tested tools to sort of improve decision making in real time, really is what's going on. So can you explain how those tools then actually empower the workforce?
I'll give you another example. Life cycle of our products are determined. So the maintenance and repairing unit teams by our customers can get the visibility on, as an example, our pneumatic cylinder millage. So each one of our products are designed to run for a number of kilometers. This is a data that is embedded in the control system. We are able to measure, in terms of number of cycles, exactly where those devices are versus the expected life cycle. Predictive maintenance. I can act and take informed and data-driven decision on how to manage my maintenance or predict possible disruption. Uptime, increase, better and more stable production.
Okay, so it's harnessing critical data to support those real-time decisions, allow for predictive analytics. Sergio, you've shared a number of really good examples with us here today, and maybe just to finish, can you summarize how the floor-to-cloud approach is going to help drive the future of automation forward?
Making data visible. Give us real insight on what's going on in the production. Help our customer and ourselves as Emerson to analyze the data, to understand the data, and take decision based on that. Then the flow and the cascade of these is impacting for the positive, the supply chain, the cost, the CO2 footprint, and obviously the shortages of qualified labor force, because the automation is helping closing that specific gap. That I'm trying to close the dots from where I've started.
Thank you so much, Sergio Caligara, for enlightening us on all of the specifics of this floor-to-cloud approach, a trademark for Emerson, and indicating to customers how they can actually start small and scale fast with this quantifiable approach.
My pleasure, Karen. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much for
Always
being here
great
with us today.
talking with you.
Absolutely. Thanks. and to see how everything that we've just talked about with Sergio here at the Emerson booth during this live stream translates into action. We're going to go over to a demonstration of the floor to cloud that's happening right here at the Emerson booth on the floor, and that is courtesy of Mehmet Dogan. So have a look at this.
Thank you, Karen. Allow me to give you an overview of the system monitoring demonstration of our booth at Hannover Messe. Here we have a network critical production data from each of the exhibits in the booths to show that power that our booths can bring your manufacturing environment. The first step to implementing a digital transformation is to develop historical data on the top of any existing applications you are currently running. Many times it's called as a localized equipment monitoring. This is achieved by installing a small industrial PC in the equipment cabinet to collect data from the controller. This PC is normally called an edge device. The edge device collects production and performance data from the equipment for local storage and processing. This is great for implementing localized monitoring and alarms, doing complex data analysis in the time frame, and many other things. Local monitoring of devices is a good start, but it often grows to a size that requires a centralized device to clean up the data and provide insights to many machines at the same time. Centralization is the goal of many teams, but it can be an overwhelming process. Most concerns include the implementation cost, the time frame related to the installation, the security of added infrastructure, and the equipment downtime required to install added wires and cables. As already mentioned, centralized systems allows continuous monitoring and provide the necessary tools for accessing and processing historical data. Using a secure wireless access point, like the ones we have here in the booth, you can send important information from any of your device to a central management server for processing and analysis. Wireless access points can be installed quickly. For outside the existing network infrastructure require little power, and unlike conventional Wi-Fi routers, established a secure connection to prevent access from outside. Each of these assets you can see here at the display is networked with a unique wireless peer-to-peer encryption key so that there is a secure connection between the central hub, in this case the server, and each of the end devices in the facility. Like a usual production environment, each of these machines generates a unique data fingerprint. With our scalable package platform, we are able to easily collect and process each of these unique data profiles. As you can see in this dashboard, we collect a whole range of data from this display, such as the power they consume, the performance of the machines, and any alarms they could produce. Here's the OEE KPR for that. Centralized management of your edge device is a must-have for taking your digital transformation to the next level. How far is your company on the road to digital transformation?
And thanks very much to Mehmet Dogan for that demonstration. Welcome back to everyone who's here at the booth and everyone who's following us online as we continue our live stream coverage from the Emerson booth here at the Hannover Messe 2024. And don't forget that, of course, your questions are very valuable to us, and there are experts on site here, wherever you may be watching from. Please feel free to get in touch with them to address your manufacturing challenges and your inquiries. And joining me now on the set is Hendrik Prima. Delighted to have you here, Hendrik. He is Emerson's Project Manager, IIoT Applications, bringing obviously a pretty unique perspective to the table. So a warm welcome to you, but I want you to perhaps just enlighten everybody here and explain what that title exactly means, because that's not telling us much.
So I'm working at Intelligent Automation, which is a business unit within Amazon, responsible for the product management of certain solutions. So in the end, we are not responsible for a certain product, but we try to bring different other business units on a collaborative level, so that we are taking different products from different business units, bring them together in a solution, add, for example, software, and end up in a solution like we're presenting here today at Hannover Messe.
Okay, and so what we're here to talk about today is, of course, what's over there in the middle of the floor behind the crowd of people who've gathered to watch us, the Compressed Air Manager showcase, which is here at the Hannover Messe 2024. What exactly is Emerson presenting with this particular demo?
So, I mean, the motto of Hannover Messe 2024 is about energize a sustainability industry. So that's what we're actually picking up here, because our customers have some, of course, quite ambitious targets to achieve, for example, net zero.
Absolutely, yes.
And
everybody's dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. And one of these fields is, for example, compressed air as one of the energy forms in a factory environment. And what we're doing here is we're offering a solution, the Compressed Air Manager, where people can tackle these challenges in monitoring their compressed air consumption.
So maybe you can just describe for us a bit more what it is to actually use compressed air in an industrial environment. What sorts of challenges are customers faced with when they have to deal with this?
Yeah, sure. The main issue with compressed air is really it's one of the most expensive energy forms you can have in industrial environments. There are some statistics, for example, telling that there is between 20 up to 30% of the industrial energy consumption is going into the production of compressed air. So there is a certain need to say, okay, we need to use this compressed air in the most efficient way we can. The issue on the other hand side is a bit, of course, there are some certain inefficiencies can occur to, okay, a pneumatic system is, for example, not well designed in a machine, a line, or a complete factory. And another issue is, for example, like Sergio mentioned already, some unknown leakages in the machine, which can be even more a problem when the machine is in standstill, because a lot of customers actually are not shutting down their compressed air, so there will be still leakages and compressed air consumption even if the machine is not operating.
Okay, so we've got this question of leakages. How are machine and system operators actually currently dealing with that kind of loss, of waste?
One of the techniques today used mainly is a quite manual process. So there are, for example, some certain people trained from the maintenance department by checking mainly these leakages from some certain measurement devices. Of course, with these techniques there come some challenges. Of course, you need to train these people. Probably you also need to shut down your machine for these testing. You need to have the equipment for testing. And overall, of course, it's just, let's say in the end, a snapshot of the current situation. So there's not a continuous monitoring of these complete leakages.
So that means, if I understand correctly, downtime that you want to avoid.
Exactly.
So the alternative approach, obviously, with the Compressed Air Manager could be how? Describe how that would then work.
In the end, we developed here somehow, let's say, we call it a See, Decide, Act cycle with the Compressed Air Manager, because as it was already mentioned before, to understand what is your consumption, you need to get some of the data of your machine. So what is really used by your machine. And based on this data, you can then, for example, tackle decisions and decide, okay, what can I do? And in the end, what you then generate from these KPIs, for example, is some certain actions like, okay, we need to improve something on our machine, we need to fix leakages, and.
So it's really a step-by-step understanding of every little sort of piece of the puzzle. And I think you talked about, when we spoke earlier, about a See, Decide, Act process, really. So maybe you can explain those three stages.
Yeah.
The See, Decide. How does that work, and how does the Compressed Air Manager actually contribute to this?
So See is a bit about, let's say, create visibility of your data. So actually using, for example, airflow sensors, which are recording data like pressure, airflow, or even temperature, and makes this data visible. In the, let's say, Decide stage in the middle, you have then, okay, transmitting these data, for example, to computers like our industrial PC we have in this application to store them, to visualize them, to create some certain statistics, for example, calculate even KPIs like carbon footprint. So product carbon footprint is a big topic of many customers that they want to track over the complete product life cycle, what is my product emission. And in the end, you can then, based on these KPIs, take actions, for example, sending this data of standardized interfaces. We're using here, for example, well-known OPCUA in the industry to send this kind of information to other systems. Can be something like HMI or SCADA solutions. Could be also an MES system where you inform your maintenance department that they need to do some maintenance at the machine. Could be any other information system customers using in this environment.
So what kind of improvements then can plant operators expect and count on when they're using this compressed air manager demo?
So for example, what we described, let's say on the maintenance piece, so you're not just having, let's say, a snapshot on your machine. You really, let's say, record 24/7 what is the consumption of your machine, and you can, for example, detect anomalies in your data. You get, of course, with that improvement of the efficiency. So we are reducing downtime. There are numbers between 20 to 30% you can reduce this downtime.
Amazing.
Of course, with that comes also improvement over your overall equipment effectiveness, which is around 5 to 10%, we can say. And of course, it's in the end a cost-effective solution which continuously monitors the complete compressed air consumption of your machine.
And now, of course, we want to link what you're talking about here to what Sergio said earlier. So how does the compressed air manager actually fit into the entire floor-to-cloud approach?
Look, Emerson's floor-to-cloud approach is somehow a space where we're placing our solution with different products. And the compressed air manager, I think, is a good example because we're starting at the floor with some certain sensors, gathering the data from the field, from the machine, sending that up to some software solutions with the compressed air manager app where we analyze and calculate some statistics or KPIs and bring that to a scalable solution which can be sent up data up to the cloud. We are, for example, showing that here also sending data to our central dashboard or booth monitoring. So that's really filling this complete space between floor to cloud.
And for any of the viewers who are watching us online at the moment, maybe from another part of the Hannover Messe, how are you actually presenting this compressed air manager here on the floor at the Emerson booth? Just give people an idea, maybe they will want to walk over.
So we have a quite interactive solution we're presenting here. So we have the complete cabinet here as a solution, which can be, for example, fully adapted to the customer needs. So we have worldwide solution teams, and we're just presenting one of the options the customer can have. And what the customer can try out here is that he's, for example, adapting some of the airflow, and he can actually see how different KPIs are calculated inside the dashboards, how, for example, CO2 consumption is behaving certain cost. And we are also actually showing here the connection to a central dashboard. So this communication piece over OPCUA to our booth monitoring is also visualized in this setup here.
So visualization of an incredibly complex scenario, but one that is certainly leading to greater sustainability for a lot of manufacturers already. Thank you so much, Henrik Priemer,
Thank you for
being here to tell us about that, and good luck with the rest of the Messe and with the rest of your demonstrations. And so that our viewers can see what all is actually going on here on the floor at Emerson. Yes, go ahead. We love applause. We love applause. There you go, Henrik Priemer. Just so that everybody is sure and well aware of what's going on here on the floor at the Emerson booth at the Hannover Messe 2024. Let's go over to another demonstration, this time from our colleague Thorsten Eiche, who is ready to go. Take it away.
Hello, my name is Thorsten Eiche, and I came to Emerson with the acquisition of AFAC in September last year. I've been the CSO of AFAC, and I'm now leading the former AFAC sales team in Germany, helping with the integration into the sales organization of discrete automation. Today, I will present and explain our ballpoint pen exhibit. You may ask why Emerson presents a machine to assemble pens at the Hannover Messe. Of course, we do not want to sell that machine. But it's a very nice way to showcase the capability AFAC is adding to the portfolio of Emerson Discrete Automation. These capabilities are handling and feeding technology, as well as the engineering skills to build smaller subsystems and machines. In these small yet complete assembly machines like the exhibit, we combine our handling and feeding expertise. The exhibit shows various feeding solutions: classical bowl feeding, flex feeding and step feeding, and pneumatic and electric components and subsystems performing linear, rotary and gripping functions. This small machine is 100% designed by the solutions department and assembled in our facilities. This underlines the message we want to give at our booth. Emerson is not only a supplier of high quality components of different kinds, but we also have the engineering skills to solve your application by building a machine customized for your needs. In short, you have an automation requirement, Emerson will build the machine. At the end, our aim is to deliver turnkey solutions with as much as possible proven Emerson technology that starts producing from day one. But now, let's talk about the exhibit. We assemble a ballpoint pen directly at the booth as a giveaway for our visitors. The pen consists of 4 components, which are fed in and assembled one after the other. The cap, the housing, the spring, and the refill. The housing is supplied via a flexible feeding system. The system consists of a flexible feeding platform Afflex 400, a refill hopper, and a camera for detecting housings ready to be picked up. The entire pen is assembled in a separate assembly position, where the housing is handed over to with a rotary gripper, which rotates the housing 90 degrees, so the assembly of the pen continues vertically. The pen refills are fed in via a bunker lift into a downward chute, and at the exit of the downward chute, another handling system takes one refill at a time, rotates it again by a 90 degree, and then places the spring on top. The spring itself is disentangled and separated via a smart FEG, and the spring is placed on the refill via a separation unit. The handling system for the refill and the spring consists of an electric and pneumatic axis, a pneumatic rotary module with an intermediate stop, and a pneumatic gripper. The caps are supplied via a ball feeding with a linear track and a separating unit at the end of the linear track. All components of the pen are then picked up by an electric XYZ handling system, which has an electric gripper that can move to different gripping positions and an electric rotary module to screw the cap onto the housing. I hope we could show the expertise Emerson Discrete Automation has gained with the recent acquisition of AFAC. And we are proud being a part of Emerson and are looking forward to realize projects with you.
And there we are back rolling again, this live stream from the Emerson booth here at the Hannover Messe 2024. And a little shout out and a thank you to Thorsten Eiche for that demonstration with the ballpoint pens. And may I remind you, of course, that there are ballpoint pens like that all over the booth here at Emerson. So just come over to Hall 11, Booth C20, to pick up one and find out a little bit more about the numerous solutions that they can offer you. And so far, we've explored a lot of opportunities where Emerson can help you unlock what's called trapped data in your facility, and of course then thereby revolutionize your industry with a number of innovative solutions. And while our experts have shared their knowledge and highlighted a number of these opportunities. It's always best to get sort of hard, what I like to call sort of, obviously concrete examples of cases where Emerson has actually helped customers to solve their manufacturing problems and improve their overall effectiveness. So joining me now on the set, I'm delighted to have Ronay Ayhan here. And she's the Global Public Relations Manager for Emerson. So she can tell us a lot about where Emerson has actually assisted clients in solving complex issues. And of course, developed really creative and productive partnerships through this. Welcome, Ayhan and Ronay. So nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me today, Karen.
So there is a particular example that we were asked to start with, right? I want to start with this. It's an example that I think many people in the audience will be interested in. So it's about a company called sedApta, which is a leading MES or MOM solution provider here in Europe. And before they actually got round to adopting a unified data and visualization system, they had a lot of trouble integrating different client systems for each project. So that, of course, results in ridiculously high costs, a lot of over complexity. They needed a solution to be able to seamlessly connect those various data sources. Perhaps tell us how Emerson approached that problem, how they helped sedApta to actually address those challenges of streamlining that data into a central source.
Yeah, so sedApta's adoption of the Emerson MovieCon Next platform provided a flexible and consistent interface between diverse data sources, and this reduced the integration complexity a lot. So this allowed the customer sedApta to streamline their operations and accelerate the project development as well. And this improved, of course, the productivity and customer facilities.
A lot of the productivity has, even sometimes in terms of loss of downtime and whatever, things have actually become much, much better than before. What specific benefits did sedApta then actually experience as a result of implementing that unified data and visualization system? And in terms of operational efficiency, but also in terms of the development of their project?
Yes, so the unified data and visualization system reduced the integration complexity by up to 70%. So you can imagine
That's
how
amazing.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this shortened not only
They must have been shocked.
Yes, they were. And this shortened the project development time, of course, and this improved the real-time connection with the machines in the production side. And of course, this led to increase of productivity in customer sites as well. And now the customer, sedApta, can actively manage growing data sources and continuously optimizing their production sites and operations.
So how is that, perhaps you can just elaborate a little bit on how that partnership now that you've created with sedApta is contributing to offering sort of a comprehensive solution, particularly in the context of moving forward with the digital transformation?
So the partnership between Emerson and sedApta offers a comprehensive MES and MOM solution covering IoT, SCADA, and manufacturing planning and maintenance, supported by orchestration and collaboration processes. So the MovieCon Next platform, what I was talking about earlier, so serves as an integrated interface between various manufacturing data sources. So this is a higher level supply chain planning software, facilitating as well the seamless integration from digital transformation initiatives in manufacturing.
Okay, that's a lot of information that you've given us so far, Ronay, so thanks for those insights. And before we continue, I think we'll take just a short break so that we can show off a little more of what all is going on here at the Emerson booth. So take it away. warm welcome back to the Emerson booth here, our live stream continuing from the Hannover Messe 2024. And just a reminder again to anyone who's tuning in via YouTube, via LinkedIn, or via any of the websites that the Emerson experts are here all day and for the rest of the week to respond to your hopefully many inquiries. And Ronay Ayhan, who is the Global Public Relations Officer for Emerson, is still with me here at the stand. And Ronay, we've been talking sort of about the concrete examples of how Emerson has allowed clients to really sort of make huge improvements in their operations. It's interesting to see also how flexible some of these products can be, even in industries where one might not have expected that they would, or considered using them at first. So we were talking earlier to our colleague Hendrik Priemer about Emerson's compressed air manager. Perhaps you could pick up on that and give us a real life example of where that system has sort of seamlessly fit in and provided some tangible benefits for a customer.
Absolutely. Let's talk about an European automotive manufacturer who integrated our Emerson compressed air manager solution in their robotic paint spray application.
Okay.
By implementing our software and hardware, they had significant savings in their wasted and underutilized compressed air from 20 to 50%. So this is a lot. So this led to reduced labor intensity and jump-started also energy savings. So with our fully integrated cabinets with sensor which are communicating with the Emerson Edge Gateway, the customer was able to improve efficiency and reliability in their operations again.
So it's basically making this massive complexity readable, interpretable, and manageable
exactly
at the same time. Could you share another customer success story?
Yes, for example, the global project Dust Collector Systems. With our solutions, we have the opportunity to give the customer real-time leak detections and alerts.
This we heard about the leakage of compressed air.
And this is a lot of money, wasted
Incredibly
money.
expensive.
Leakages are so expensive.
Okay.
And a lot of the customers don't know even about the leakages. So with our solutions, they can optimize the filtration uptime, pulsing, improving the output, decreasing the demand on compressors, and we help the customer to meet also the global regulatories and emissions requirements. So also here, the customer was able to enhance operational efficiency.
Regulation, of course, being a huge hurdle also for smaller and medium enterprises. Thanks very much for those concrete examples. And we're going to take another quick break before we come back to finish up this discussion with Ronay Ayhan here at the Emerson booth, Hannover Messe 2024. Let's go into a break just now. Welcome back to our live stream from the Emerson booth here at Hannover Messe 2024. And I'm continuing my conversation with Ronay Ayhan, who is the Global Public Relations Officer for Emerson. She's been telling us all kinds of, giving us all kinds of concrete examples of how Emerson has actually helped companies of all sizes really to enhance their operations and cut their carbon footprints, increase productivity, so many benefits there. Ronay, perhaps you can just elaborate on some of the brands and components that are involved in these Emerson solutions.
Of course, so you can see a lot of renowned brands here at the booth today as well. We have brands here such as, can you hear me now better?
Is that better?
Yeah. Better? Okay, we have brands like ASCO, Aventix, Topworks, Tescom, Solar HD, and more. These brands all offer a wide range of intelligent devices, including valves or sensors or servo drives. And together, these brands are providing an integrated solution for the customer. So we are talking a lot about floor to cloud and how we can give the customer everything from one hand. And with our brands, we are really able to provide the whole portfolio from the floor to the cloud with our brands here at the booth, which you can also see.
Exactly, so many of them here today, and it's great to see that there is still absolutely amazing traffic. It's a Wednesday, of course, at the Hannover Messe, one of the peak days. I'm just wondering if you can tell us, how have things been going at the booth?
Great, I mean, look here, it's crowded. We had a lot of conversations. It was great to see a lot of interested journalists, customers, editors, and also colleagues.
You know, we have to conclude our show pretty soon, Ronay, but it's clear that the challenges faced by industry are, constantly evolving at this incredibly breakneck pace, which is why obviously the digitalization focus of the floor-to-cloud approach is so important for so many of these smaller companies. Emerson prides itself on being a solutions-focused partner for so many clients. How does it manage to stay on the cutting edge all the time with a full range of products like what you've just described?
Yeah, sure. So Emerson stays at the cutting edge by investing in research and development and by innovating constantly to meet our customers' evolving needs. So our range of products are designed to address today's challenges while anticipating tomorrow's needs. And Emerson is continue to lead the industry with providing innovative solutions that drive success.
We've got pneumatic whooshes coming at us from all sides here. R&D is what I understand there, and lots of investment. Thank you so much to you, Ronay, for helping us to actually visualize some of the solutions as they've been put into practice, and put into practice in real industry settings, which I think is so important, obviously, for any of our viewers. Thank you very much for being here with me today, and for helping me with this, to get this live stream off the ground.
Thank you, Karin.
A round of applause for Ronay Ayhan. Thank you very much. And with that, we are going to go to one more demonstration of facility monitoring and how Emerson, of course, applies the floor-to-cloud approach in its own facilities. And for that, I'm going to hand over to Moritz Hamm. Take it away, Moritz.
Thank you, Karin. We are here at our facility monitoring dashboard, which is directly connected to our production facilities. First, I want to give you a short introduction in the theme of continuous improvement. Continuous improvement has many names, including Industry 4.0, lean manufacturing, digital transformation, business re-engineering, Six Sigma, TPS, OE, and many more. These approaches all start with one thing: they need data. And I'm telling you why. You can't improve your current process without knowing where you are. Through our floor-to-cloud strategy, Emerson provides products and services to allow you to collect data and decide where to make improvements. Emerson's little data approach allows you to start small projects, prove return on invest, and then scale them up for larger projects if you want to. A big challenge is collecting the data is often contained in PLCs, robots, machines, and other devices. Manual data collection is expensive and prone to mistakes as data is transferred from one medium to another. Emerson's Puck Edge and Movicon solutions make collecting data easy by supporting current and legacy protocols. Current protocols such as UPCOA and MQTT include cybersecurity for secure communications without exposing systems to potential hacker attacks. Emerson can also supply industrial hardware to break into non-automated systems and allow monitoring. Rugged industrial PCs can operate reliably at the edge to ensure that data collection continues even in harsh environments. Once collected, the data can be stored in several ways, locally, on-prem, and in the cloud. This data can then be displayed to all levels of users, from operator to plant supervisors, to plant owner, and even to customers. Data can also be combined with other data and turned into an information. For example, energy consumption can be turned into energy cost information to provide better context for the users. Information can be used to find areas for improvement, for example, by optimizing compressed air or electrical energy usage, to reduce cost, to reduce scrap, to improve quality, and to reduce unplanned downtime. Once changes are made, the latest information can be made sure that the improvement was successful and to keep the operating system method now on track. But now let's switch to our facility monitoring. We are so convinced of our solutions that we also use added value in our own production facilities. Here you can see our energy monitoring dashboard of our plant in Laatzen directly next to the Hannover Messe. Our smart products are collecting data of energy, gas, water and air consumption. With this information we are able to detect air and saved €10,000 yearly. Additional to that, we've detected a broken water pipe with a leakage of 3 cubic meters per hour. Amazing.
Sure, that.
Now let's switch to the cylinder monitoring. The live actuator panel monitoring with artificial generated defects, which we are able to recognize early and predict unplanned downtime. Here you can see our small data monitoring in Ashford, USA. We are now only collecting data about the air consumption to calculate our CO2 emissions and then the costs. Now we are able to easily extend this solution over the next years to dive deeper in all media consumption to the next years, step by step. Let me show you also our monitoring of the facility in Singapore. An extra functionality is that we integrated alerts to take actions if limits are reached. Finally, I wanted to show you our factory monitoring in Łódź in Poland. Here we have integrated our energy monitoring in every single machine to improve OEE by reducing standby losses and also pneumatic leakages on certain machines. Our estimated saving here is €20,000 annually. Let's go boldly and start production smart. Thank you for giving me the time.
And here we are back again for one last little segment to wrap up this live stream from the Emerson booth here at Hannover Messe 2024. And I'd like to hear a big round of applause from everybody here at the booth for our demonstrators this afternoon, and of course a bigger round of applause for our experts who joined us and gave so many of their valuable insights. Also for all of our viewers out there watching online. And with that, we do come to the end of our very first live stream here from the Emerson booth at the Hannover Messe in the year 2024. Last year we didn't do this, and I'm going to just show you, just remind everybody over here. Remember the ballpoint pens? Here they are, just literally being spit out by the moment. So come around and collect one, and come see these various the solutions on show here at Emerson for yourself. Special thanks to you, our audience, obviously here at the booth, but also online, for your interest and attention. And of course, for any further details or information about floor-to-cloud solutions, and what Emerson is providing, please just walk by the booth or do get in touch over the website. You can learn a lot more about the benefits that Emerson is providing to its many customers. We certainly hope that this has been fun. We've had a lot of fun here at the booth today on this Wednesday in Hanover. Thanks so much for being with us. Hope it's been informative. And until we see you again, take good care. All the best, and bye-bye.